Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Brajana Ranjana Jaya Yashodhanandana Jaya Brajana Ranjana Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai. Shri Radha Giridhari Bhagwan ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki Jai. Shri Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Jai Shri Nitai Gaur Chandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga ki Jai. Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Mahavishnu Goswamiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaurmani Pachayane Nivishesha Sundari Pachayane Sarine. Hare Krishna. So how's everybody doing? Can I see everyone first, please? So make yourself available. I don't like it that I'm the most myself available. Everyone should be available. Please show yourself. Thank you. Unless you're not decorated, it's another thing, you know. You're very particular about your decoration, that's fine. Otherwise, please show yourself. Yes. So all of you are happy? Yes. You all are happy? Can I hear, please? Can I hear yourselves, please?
Yes.
Yes. During COVID time, happy? COVID time? Okay. Lovely. Hare Krishna. All right. So we'll do a quick prayer, very small prayer. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve namaha. Because these topics are transcendental topics. These are not ordinary topics which we are discussing. So it's very important that we take the shelter of our gurus. Who's guru, who's guru, who's guru, who's guru, going up to Krishna. Only then something meaningful can come in our discussions. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki Jai. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Chandra Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Okay, very nice. Now, the who remembers from our beginners program, where did we last finish? Where did we last finish? Any volunteers, please? Otherwise, I'll pick you up, You say, I don't like to be in Ambarisha's class. He doesn't allow me to sleep nicely, I like to sleep nicely, and he picks me up, So in my class, we always pick up people, because ultimately we are teaching concepts of Bhagavad Gita, We're spending a lot of energy, and you are spending a lot of energy. You're spending your time and energy coming to the programs. So we should all make the best use of it. Is it not so? Yes, Anandji, do you remember where we were at?
Yes, Prabhuji, you were discussing about Lord Chaitanya's pastimes and about Khol Bech Sridhar.
Yes, that was my first program. But my beginner's program was the second program. Do you know where we stopped? Thank you, Kolovej Sridhar. Yes, that was the first program. No? Okay. All right. Anybody else, please, here from the beginner's program? Yeah. What about you, Divyanshi? Do you remember?
About the last lecture?
Yes. Where did we stop?
Prabhuji, I just recall discussing about deaths. I don't remember the
I
chapter.
know. I have to remember. You guys don't remember. You don't even show your faces. That's all right. That's all right. We can live with that. Thank you very much. How about you, Soumya? Do you remember?
Prabhuji, I remember we were discussing that the most fascinating thing in the world is that people know they are going to die, and still they do not understand this, and they keep living their lives and enjoying themselves, not considering this. And so we should be considering this.
Okay. Okay. That was part of our discussion. That is correct. And when did we
Yes.
stop? Do you remember where we stopped?
Prabhuji, I think we stopped somewhere. There was an example of how a goat lives his life he does not, we are not like goats or animals. So like, for example, a goat is going to eat grass and he's not going to take into consideration that he's going to die, or his parents are dying, his brother and sisters are dying. So we should not be like that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we are slightly away from this, but yeah, good attempt. All right. So both of you, Divanshi and Soumya, and also Anandji. Parth, you were reading. Do you remember where we were at?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I was just going to say what Soumya said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mahuresh, are you going to be the savior? Are you going to be that sixer batsman who saves the game, You guys all watch cricket matches, isn't it? And who saved the game for India and Australia? Who was the one who saved India and Australia? Many of them. Mahesh, do you remember? Mahesh probably is traveling. Okay. All right. Now, Is it too early for you guys that you are not showing yourself? You're not taking a bath or not freshen up and nicely decorated or something? Or you're hiding somewhere and while listening to the program? Yes.
Hare Krishna. They are all have gone to their workplaces. They are all actually have exams tomorrow.
Oh.
So they are actually quite busy at the moment. And
That's
they are
why
not their homes. They are outside of their home. Yeah.
all of them outside of their homes, huh?
Most of the, yeah. So Divyanshi is out, Parth is out, Soumya is in, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they are not actually very prepared for you to.
Okay.
That's
So they are
what it is.
outside, they're traveling somewhere, they're working and all. Oh, okay. Okay. Is it true? Soumya, is it right?
Prabhuji, actually, I am not in my. I do not have not in my room, so I'm sitting on the terrace because I'm getting the Wi-Fi over there, and there are other people here as well. So they keep coming and going.
Okay. Okay. We are okay with that. If they can keep going, we don't mind. It's just that I'm very particular. If I can see more people, that's great. If not, no problem. That's all right. But I would like to see. No problem. Thank you for letting us know. Divyanshi, is it right what Avinash Babu said? You're at work somewhere.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have my final exam starting tomorrow.
Oh,
So,
so you are not able to show yourself. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Parth. What's happening, Parth?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, there is no light over here, so like I can switch on my camera, but you won't be able to see me.
That's all right. That's not a problem. That's all right. Here comes
Yes.
Mahesh. Mahesh, good. That's fine. I can't see you, Parth. That's all right. Thank you. So the electricity is gone, is it? Okay. All right. That's okay, Parth. We can't see you. No problem. You can. Thank you. Mahesh, you remember where we stopped last time?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes. You're traveling. You're in the train now.
In the bus, Prabhuji.
In the bus.
Yes, yeah.
Got a mask and all that. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember where we stopped last time?
No, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji. That's all right. You all are bosses, I'm your servant, so I have to remember. Now I see somebody joined us, Sangeeta. Can you hear us, Sangeeta?
I will introduce Sangeeta Prabhu.
Okay, you'll introduce her. Okay, all right. Please.
She's my sister-in-law, my brother's youngest brother's wife. Yeah.
Wife. Okay. Hare Krishna.
He's a lawyer. Yeah.
He's a Lord. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Oh, same Sangeeta.
Yes. I understand. All right, then here we go. Here we start. So who's going to read today? Any volunteers? And you can hear. You want to read? Okay, that's fine. That's good. But anyway, I very much appreciate all of you coming. Don't mind me pushing you a bit hard. I'm just pushy by nature, And devotees needs a bit of pushing, just like in education, parents keep pushing, So I'm not a parent, but I'm still a servant, So that's all right. Even if you're not, we can't see you. At least you are there. That's very important, and that's great. So Anandji, now are you ready for reading? I'll screen. Great stuff. I'm screen sharing now. We are talking about the art of dying, and here we are. We are talking and discussing, according to Shukadeva Goswami, the real fact. Okay, here we go.
According to Sri Sukadeva Goswami, the real fact is that Brahmadehi, or a person who has tied himself like the goat meant for slaughter in the business of family, society, community, nation, or humanity at large in regard to the problems and necessities of animal life, namely eating, sleeping, wearing, and mating, and who has no knowledge of the transcendence is no better than an animal.
My God.
He may have inquired about physical, political, economic, cultural, educational, or similar other matters of temporary material concern, but if He has not inquired about the principle of transcendental life. He should be regarded as a blind man driven ahead by uncontrolled senses and about to fall into a ditch. This is the description of the Graham Dehi.
Yes, okay, stop here, please. Now, what did you understand by this, please? Can you tell me, please? Anyone, please? What did you understand by this?
मतलब जो आदमी इसमें अपने पोजीशन को समझ नहीं रहा है और वो इन्वॉल्व है अपनी डेली रूटीन लाइफ में, वो बंधा हुआ है इस टाइप, ये टाइप.
That's correct. That is correct. Now, does it mean, क्या ये इसका मतलब ये होता है, does it mean that one should not take care of one's family? One should not study, as many of you are studying. You got exams tomorrow. All of us are going to go to work tomorrow. So we should not do this.
He has to perform his prescribed duty. A man has to do whatever is his duty, prime duty.
Yes. Okay. Good. Very nice. Thank you very much. Anyone else will try to say something, please? From beginners program, please. What do you understand by this? Okay. I'll ask you a question. Does it mean that you must not study while performing devotional service, bhakti? Mayuresh, does it say that you should not study, you should not work?
No, Prabhuji. We should do our duties.
That's right. Thank you. We should do our duties very, very importantly, very delicately, making sure that everything is done properly. Okay? But in the mood of detachment. The thing is this, that the moment we start to work, the moment we start to do our job, the moment we think with our families and all that, obviously we are going to be attached. Of course, we are going to be attached. But in this attachment, we should not forget there is still a primary duty, more important duty, along with this or more important than that, and that is for your own self. And that duty is to understand why you are born. This is the starting point of one's spiritual life. So many people say, I'm a very spiritual person. You ask them, so what is spirituality? What does it mean by spiritual person? They'll give many hodgepodge things. They'll talk about mind. They'll talk about soul. They talk about body. So you can ask them, so what is soul? What is spirituality? The answer is this: spirituality means that which is not temporary. Okay? Transcendence, the word used here is transcendence. So transcendence means to transcend. To transcend means to go above. Go above all the material things. And what are material things? Everything that you are going to leave behind when you die, they are called material things. Is this clear? So when one has to stop these material things, one stops these material things, that is the starting of the spiritual life, when one starts to act on the platform which is permanent. When we see somebody being born, we are very happy. Oh, looks so beautiful. Magic. We say magic. You know, the grandparents especially they go crazy seeing the grandchild. You know, magic. This is the creation, God, special creation, all those things they show, you know. That's right. and there is natural attachment, natural affinity. But if we do not practice little bit of detachment, then you will not be able to really appreciate your life. Do not misunderstand. I'm not talking about neglecting life. I'm talking about adding Krishna in your life. The moment you add Krishna in your life, your spiritual progress starts. And if we do not add Krishna in our life, then we remain as Gruhamedhi. Normally people say Gruhastha. Gruhastha meaning where that family has got Krishna conscious lifestyle, where every activity is done thinking from the point of view of Krishna. Okay? Not everybody will do this. Not everyone in the family will think like this. But at least the head of the family must think like this. That is very important. The head of the family should think like this. Others may not be prepared. They may not be prepared to think like this. They may not be educated to think like this, or whatever reason. But the head of the family should be Krishna conscious. Then that mercy flows everywhere. Okay? Is this all right? Should we move on? Any questions anyone has got now? I'll wait for 5 seconds. Somebody has a question? No? Okay. All right. So let's start. Here we go. Yes, Anji, please read it.
The opposite of Grah Medhi, however, is the Grahastha. The Grahasth ashram or the shelter of spiritual family life is as good as the life of a sannyasi, a member of the renounced order.
You read this again.
The opposite of the Grahasth ashram or the shelter of spiritual family life is as good as the life of the sannyasi, a member of the renounced order.
So normally you see in Indian culture, people say grahasthas, But grahastha, as long as they are leading a family spiritual life, you cannot call them grahastha. They are grahmedhis only. Okay? Please continue.
Regardless of whether one is a householder or a renunciate, the important point is that of relevant inquiries. A sannyasi is bogus if not interested in relevant inquiries, and a grahast or householder is bona fide if he is inclined to put forward such inquiries. The Grahamedhi, however, is simply interested in the animal necessities of life. By the laws of nature, the Grahamedhi's life is full of calamities, whereas the life of Grahas is full of happiness.
Now, 1 minute. Just stop here. Okay, 1 minute. So the Grahamedhi is simply interested in animal necessities of life. What does one understand by this? So we understood that a grahastha means one who leads spiritually conscious life, Krishna conscious life. Okay. So what does it mean? The opposite of that is Gruhamedhi, who is interested in only animalistic life. What does this mean? Please.
Eating, sleeping, mating, etc.
Yes. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. This is what an animalistic life is. Animals do that. They're just looking for food all the time. Where is food? Where is food? They look for sex all the time. Where is sex? Where is sex? Always defending. This is my territory. That's why they urinate. Every animal urinates, to mark out their territories. And we, with all our intelligence as human beings, with our advancement, we don't urinate, but we have got, nicely borders all around. This is my territory. This is New Zealand. You people cannot enter New Zealand unless we give you the visa to come into New Zealand. India will say, You Pakistanis, Chinese, you cannot enter here unless we give you the visa and authority to come. We are the same thing. If you see Earth from the top, from moon, if you see Earth, will you see borders? What do you think? Parth, do you see borders?
No, Prabhuji.
No? No? Mayuresh, do you see borders when you see Earth?
No, Prabhuji.
No. No. But with all our intelligence, so Krishna has made one Earth. But with all our intelligence, we have said, hey, we are very prosperous here, very rich people we are, so we'll create borders and will not allow you to enter into our house. This is what we have done. But from the space, you cannot see. In fact, no country has made a wall covering their border throughout. Although Mr. Trump was trying to make the wall, but he was not very successful with Mexico. Is it not folly? But it is nature. You cannot not have borders. You certainly can have borders. You have to have borders. If not this border, then you have got urine border. A tiger will pass urine, it is not enter, you cannot enter. Dog will do the same thing. Cat will do the same thing. Mouse does the same thing. Ant does the same thing. Now you will say, Prabhuji, how does ant pass urine? How do you know? I say, I know. You can check out. What I'm saying is, they also have some system of bordering. Do you understand this point? But real spiritual emancipation is where, when we have got only one objective. Right now, our objective is our own self. I like, so I'll have it. I don't care about what you like. Okay? So we are all acting like we are small gods. I hate this. I like this. I don't like to eat pizza. I love pizza. You are mad not to like pizza. Sorry, man. The whole world may be mad eating pizzas. But I don't like eating pizzas. No. I'm just telling you this as an example. I like to eat pizzas, but I'm just letting you know. But it's my choice. You see? This is the problem. That in this material world, we are inside this prison where there are no prison walls. But still, walls exist. Do you understand this point? This is Krishna's prison. Do you see any wall between India and Pakistan? There may be some barbed wires in some portion of Kashmir. But do you see wall? No. Right? We cannot do it. But on the map, you will see this is India, this is Pakistan, but you should keep them separate. You must keep them separate all the time. That's what you show. But this is not very clever, is it? This is all artificially done. Completely artificial. And because of that, this artificialness, we are suffering because it's not natural. But at the same time, instead of us thinking about our own self, if we think about satisfying Krishna, what he likes, we will do. What he does not like, we will not do. Then everybody is thinking the same thing and living in the same way. This is called spiritual emancipation. Then we are living in this world in a way that Krishna has created us to live. Is this point clear? Anyone like to say something? it is worth thinking. It's something to think about. Think about it and give me some response. Anandji, boliye. What do you think?
Prabhuji, though it is not practically possible, but ideally the thing is possible.
Imagine in heaven, and if you go to Golok, Vrindavan, and Vaikuntha planets, and there are borders. Do you think in Krishna's world there will be borders? Tell me. Can you imagine?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Correct? Parth, can you imagine in Krishna's world there will be borders?
Like Prabhu, borders like to separate people or to mark territories?
To mark territories within that place. You cannot go there now. Of course, you have to qualify to go there. So there is this border, invisible border. But we cannot go there with this mentality of this border. He's my enemy, you're my friend.
Yeah, Prabhu, that border won't be there.
Yeah. Yes. Maharesh, what do you think? Kamantar, you're walking now. You're coming close to home. Do you think Krishna's world will have some borders there?
No, Prabhuji.
No? Why not?
Will not have any borders like we have like in material world.
Yes, why not?
Because Prabhuji, there will be, because we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and we are going to the God's kingdom, Krishna's kingdom. So there will be the spiritual world. There will not be like the countries like India, Pakistan, or New Zealand.
Yeah, that's right. But why? Why will there be no borders?
Because we are all following the Krishna, Prabhuji. We are all serving the one Supreme Lord.
And right now, why there are borders on earth?
Because Prabhuji, because of different philosophies, like different teachings. That's why, like, because of that, Prabhuji, like-minded people are like, they have formed their own territories. So they are like, mark their own lands because of their, you can say, because of their greed.
Okay, thank you. Soumya, what do you think? We have got borders on earth.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think we have got borders on earth because everyone is living over here to just satisfy themselves. So for everyone, it is different, and their only purpose is to make themselves satisfied.
Yes. Because we are bodily conscious. That's correct. Thank you. All of you are right. Thank you, Soumya. So we are bodily conscious. That's how we have got these borders. Madhanapuri Babu, you there? Are you with us? Okay. All right. So now we can understand why is it that God created earth. Now I want you to extrapolate more. Do you think there'll be borders on other planets? We don't know. I have not gone there, so how do I know? But let us see, if this is the earth, if this is the world, now we can understand why God has created this world. Why are we living in this world? Why do you think we are living in this world, in this misery? Anand ji, bataiye.
प्रभु जी, हम लोग यहाँ पे इस वर्ल्ड में आ करके जो मटेरियल वर्ल्ड है इसमें ही खो जाते हैं, अपनी स्पिरिचुअल लाइफ भूल जाते हैं।
आते क्यों है? Why are we coming here? There is a question. Why did Krishna create this world? We have understood that in Krishna's world there are no, divisions. There are no boundaries. And we understood that we have got boundaries on earth in this material world because we are bodily conscious. We are just thinking about ourselves. What we like to do?
We come to this earth to serve Krishna and go.
Why are we born? Why are we born in the first place?
कि हम लोग लोअर प्लैनेट्स से आए हैं सर्व करते हुए कृष्णा को, और कृष्णा की ओर जा रहे हैं, आगे जा रहे हैं।
ओके ओके।
तो यहाँ पे हमें चांस है कि हम सोच सकते हैं कृष्णा के बारे में, उनको सर्व कर सकते हैं और ऊपर जा सकते हैं, गोलोक में जा सकते हैं।
But why did we come? Why did we born in the first place? We can use this as a cue to think, why are we born? Everybody asks the question, why are we born? Where are we going to die? Where are we going? Nobody knows. No, they don't know. That doesn't mean nobody knows. They cannot be so arrogant to say nobody knows. Nobody has seen God. People say like that, Oh man, you have not seen God. That doesn't mean others have not seen God. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's think about this. Mahesh, what do you think? Why do you think we are born in this world?
Prabhuji, I think it's because.
Think about this cue, about the borders and all that. Okay. Uske hisab se, based upon that, you think and tell me, why do you think we are born?
What I believe is, Prabhuji, because of our past karmas.
Not believe. From based upon what we discussed today, right now, about the borders, and that we are bodily conscious. Okay, based upon that, you tell me, why do you think we are born? Don't tell me what you believe, because you believe may not be because of these fundamental principles or the philosophy, which we are teaching you now. So, can you extrapolate based upon this point why we are born? In Krishna's world, there are no borders. In the material world, we have got borders because we're materially conscious. So why are we born in the first place? Why did Krishna put us here?
Because we wanted material enjoyment.
Okay. Can I add a bit more? Extrapolate a bit more. What do you mean by material enjoyment?
Because Prabhuji, before we born, we wanted to enjoy like a Krishna. So that is material enjoyment. So
you heard from me, eh? You heard from us before. But I want you to experience this point. That's a good point. That's a correct point. But from this, can you extrapolate this point? What I'm teaching you is that from one angle, if you see one situation, we should be able to go deeper and say why this situation happened. What are the probabilities of it? This is how we go deeper into philosophy. Yeah, okay. Thank you, though. Parth?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, don't give me philosophy. Give me the practical answer, okay?
Prabhu, I guess as Mayuresh Prabhu said, apart from that, I guess the point is that since there are borders in this world and they cause misery, so like Krishna wants us to experience that the material world is so full of miseries because of
why does he want to experience this in this misery?
Attachment.
That's my question. Why?
Because because nobody is situated in their true position, who they are. So that is why there is all this nonsense going on around us.
No. I'm asking you why are we born, made to be born in this material world?
Because Prabhu, we wanted to enjoy, like as Mayush Prabhu said, because we were envious and we chose to be born here, so that is why we
Are you
were
sure
born.
about what you're saying?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Are you able to prove that?
Like about
This
that.
answer.
So Prabhu, like why we chose to be born here is because we always have a free will, and love cannot exist without free will. And the thing is that in the spiritual world there is no influence of Maya. So it's not that Maya can capture us and we can become anything and then we are born here. It's our free will that we choose to be born here after knowing everything. So I guess that's my answer.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Soumya, what do you think?
Prabhuji, I think I agree with Parth.
And that is?
That we choose to be born here. What happens, I think that we do not want to serve Krishna anymore, and instead we want to serve ourselves and we want to enjoy for ourselves. We don't want to serve Krishna anymore, and that is why we are born in this material world.
So what you're saying is that what Parth is saying, that we chose not to serve Krishna. That's why we
Yes,
are,
Prabhuji.
so we rebel.
Yes.
We were rebellion.
Yes, I think you could.
Let's have a strike. We did a strike there. Yeah, we had a big strike in Krishna's world and said, Band. Krishna's Golok Vrindavan was closed. Strike, hold it. Huh? That's how it was.
Yeah, Prabhuji, but just one thing that I added one point that that since there is no Maya in the illusion in the world, so I don't think the strike there would be like the strike we have here.
Still, strike is what? Not everybody's on strike. Some people are on strike,
Yeah, only like some people. But I then again, it's not out of arrogance or envy or whatever. I think that because Maya cannot have its effect in the spiritual world. It's what I think.
Then how
You
did
can
we
then
not, then how did we choose not to serve Krishna?
just Prabhuji, I think it's just choosing not to serve, like not to serve. Because how can Maya exist in the spirit?
Not, yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. But how did we choose? So you're saying we chose not to serve Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay, that's why we are here.
Yeah.
So Krishna, if what you are saying is correct, Mayuresh, Anandji, you agree with this? What is saying? Path is saying, Anandji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You agree. Mayuresh, you also agree with this?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
All right. Now, I have a problem with this. If you say that we chose, Krishna is God, okay? So we chose not to serve Krishna, so we are punished here. So Krishna is very much judgmental person. You must serve me. Only then you can live there. Otherwise, you are banished.
No, Prabhu.
Where is God, who is all merciful and all loving?
Prabhu, I guess Krishna could like make this world, because pleasure after all is Krishna's energy, right? And he put pleasure in this world. But I guess as souls, we won't be satisfied or happy apart because we are Krishna's energy. So unless and until we serve Krishna, I don't think there is any more happiness, because our dharma, the soul's dharma, as we have learned in other books, it's to serve and to serve the supreme personality of God at whose energy we are. So apart from that,
We have chosen not to serve Krishna, God. That is why we are in this material world, and there's so much suffering in this material world.
yes.
Okay, all right. Somewhere we agree with this. My question is that I have an objection with this. That if you say that we chose not to serve God, the God has punished us to live in this material world. What do you think?
Prabhuji, I think that I think maybe it was not like maybe he made the material world for us so that we could enjoy separately without Krishna on our own, so that we could enjoy separately. Basically, I think.
How can you say that?
Prabhuji, because if we are in the spiritual world, then we are with Krishna. So if we are enjoying over there, then I don't know about Prabhuji. I think so. Krishna just made it so that because we don't want to serve Krishna, so we might as well enjoy ourselves away from him separately.
Okay. Did you hear it somewhere else, or did you thought about it now?
No, Prabhuji, this is what I'm thinking.
Good. Good. I want to think. This is what I want to teach you guys. Bhagavad Gita and Krishna's world. The codes are very simple. Just like in computer, you put junk in, junk is out. Karma is like this. This material world is like this. If you do good, you get good back. May not be in this world, in this life, next life. Now somebody will say, next life, I don't believe there is next life. But at the same time, in this life, we see that somebody is born rich, other person is born poor. Somebody cannot even get food to eat. Somebody is born with disease and dies. Somebody who is wrong person, bad person, but still is prosperous. But in the next life, he's born again and suffers. That's what we see here in our life. Somebody is suffering for no reason, they're suffering. Now, okay, we've got somebody else joining us as well. We've got, this gentleman? Pusha Krishi. Would you like to introduce yourself, if you can hear us, please? Where are you from? My name is...
Yeah, good afternoon, Prabhuji. This is Priyanka. Actually, I logged from
Priyanka.
this different account. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Nice to see you, Priyanka.
Yeah.
So
Thank
you just joined us now. Do you want to enter this debate? Why did we born here? Why did Krishna create this world for us?
So that we can understand him and we can do spiritual, we can follow his, हमें Bhagavad Gita पढ़नी चाहिए. We should follow his readings and we should do spiritual activities.
Okay.
That's why we are born.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Now I want us to understand one thing. Think about God or Krishna as a very loving person whom we have never met anybody else as loving as him. In the material world, the closest relationship of like with Krishna and us is that of mother and the child. The mother has unconditional love for the child. Most of them, you find some of them are not as much, but still, we are Indian background. Most of us are Indian background, so we have got that culture. Where mother is very, loving towards us, unconditional love. Now, I want you to think Krishna is that loving personality, God, who loves us unconditionally. Now you tell me, why do you think we are born in this material world then? Krishna sent us to this material world. Soumya, you are very good. You're very good. Yeah, Mayuresh, tell me. Think Krishna as if he's very good, very loving. He has complete love for us. Unconditional love.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Then Prabhuji, this material world is created for souls who would like to enjoy like Krishna.
Yes. Now you heard that from us before that, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay.
But but the Maya is here to ensure that, Prabhuji, I think that Maya is here to ensure that we go through this process and understand and realize what our true purpose of our life is, what is our
good, very good,
ultimate aim is.
Very good. Pause there. Very nice. Parth, do you understand this? Can you add something more?
Prabhu, I guess in In one word, if I want to say, then it's reformation.
Reformation.
Yeah.
You formed again.
No. Reformation, as in like Krishna did not put us here for punishment, but he put us here so that we can learn and reform us and channelize our desires towards Krishna, like not away from him. Get closer to him and not go away from him.
Okay. Do you really think like this?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Ah.
All the while, yeah.
Mayuresh, you really think like this?
Yeah, I believe Prabhuji, but there is like one question I'm getting, Prabhuji.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it for a long while, but why everyone doesn't have an equal opportunity to have, like, like a Krishna consciousness education?
Good.
I mean, like,
Soumya, can you answer that question, Soumya?
Prabhuji, I think that is on the basis of your past karmas that you get various opportunities.
Good. Mayuresh, what do you think of this answer?
yes, Prabhuji, yeah, I believe that because of karma, we are born in different countries or different religions, but still, Prabhuji, everyone should have that equal opportunity to know what is a truth is, what is ultimate truth is.
Yes, that's right.
Not necessarily Krishna, but what is truth is. Yeah.
No, Krishna is ultimate truth.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Priyanka, would you like to add this?
I didn't understand the question.
So Mayuresh is saying that we were saying that God is all loving to everyone. Okay. That point is unconditional love which he has got for all of us. Now, based upon this point, we should now tell me why did he send us here in this material world? Why did he create this?
So that we can worship him and we can go back to him, because he give us back. Sometimes he give us he creates such situations around us so that we can worship him.
Okay.
He creates problems and so that we can worship him, we can pray to him, and we can go back to him.
Okay. Thank you. Right. There's somebody here who doesn't have given the name. There's just numbers there. I don't know who the person is. B7453D57. Would you like to say something, please? If you are able to hear us. No? Okay. We'll just continue. Okay. Now I want to say, this is very good. Mayuresh, we'll talk about your point as well. Now, all of you, as we have, Anandji, you want to say something on this before we move?
No, I agree.
Okay. So now, if God is all loving, God created us, we were with him in the spiritual world. All of us, all living entities, not only human beings, all living entities. Do not, when you talk about God or Krishna, do not segment it to say Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Soul is soul. Hindu, Muslim, Christians, these are all different paths to achieve the same end. No problem. Now, as Parth had mentioned that we have got free will. And love doesn't exist without free will. There has to be free will. And in free will, if you love somebody, that person will come back to you. Yeah? Okay. Now I want us to think in this point that at some point in time, Srila Prabhupada explains this, that the jiva or soul, we are created. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mamamamshu jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. He says that all living beings are my part and parcels. I have created all living beings. And then he says that they are living in this material world and they're constantly enjoying and suffering with their mind involved. So that means that he created us for his enjoyment as his part and parcel. The purpose of our birth as the soul in the spiritual world was only and only to be with Krishna and to serve him and enjoy with him. That is the reason why now that when you give some time and effort to all these programs, you have some kind of pleasure in coming to these programs and experiencing it. Am I right in understanding this? Yeah, can you please speak, please?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So this is where when we're talking about Krishna, when we are coordinating with, when we're talking about Krishna, we are acting on Krishna's platform. This is the point is where we are really enjoying ourselves, our true position. The more deep we go in this platform, the more we'll be enjoying, because this is our true identity as a spirit soul. Okay? Now, why did we fall down in this material world then? The answer is this, that in this material world, there was nothing like material world. In the spiritual world, when we were Krishna, as we have free will, all of you said that, agreed with that. In this free will that we have got, we wanted to be like Krishna. Okay, we said, well, that's good. I'm enjoying myself with Krishna. Everybody's serving Krishna. He is the focus of all attention for everybody. How would it be if I was instead of Krishna and everybody served me? This is the free will which all jivas living in the material world, we have misused. This is called misusing of the free will given by God or Krishna. And because we have misused this free will, Krishna said, don't. The purpose for your existence, I created you just so that you can and me, both of us can enjoy each other. In fact, Krishna also serves us. Don't think he just takes service. We know Krishna bathed his devotees, his lotus feet, Sudama. We know Lord Ram also worshipped Lord Shiva, because Lord Shiva is a pure devotee. So Krishna also reciprocates like this. But we, for whatever reason that we have, we thought, no, Krishna, that's all right, but I want to be like you. Let me see what happens, Krishna says, listen, in this world, in this spiritual world, you cannot be like me. There's only me. And everything that is created by me only. So how can you become me? You cannot become me. No. But still, I want to experience this. How it is to be like you. Then he says, okay, in that case, I will have to create another world for you. And this world is where you will experience to be God. But there are many limitations there in this world. I want you to go there and come back very quickly, because that world is pathetic. You will not enjoy there. Because everything that is in this spiritual world, in the next world that has been created, will not be that, because then I'm creating another spiritual world. But you are already in the spiritual world and you are asking me to become, you want to become like me. That is not possible. That is the reason why he created this material world. In this material world, there are so many energies, the three energies, mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. The moment the jiva comes in contact with this material world, The jiva is entrapped by this illusion that he is God. So all of us thinks we are God. All of us want to be enjoying. Nobody wants to serve. We may serve our parents, our friends, if we want to, but only them. We don't want to serve anybody else. There's hypocrisy. We have created this. This is my area. I'm God in this area. You know, they say, your castle, your kingdom. They say, means your house is like your castle. And you are a boss inside the castle. Nobody can enter your house without your permission. See, this is how we are. The same thing you extrapolate from your house becomes a small community of your society where you live in, a gated community. There are gates there. Nobody can come inside the gate. You need permission. And then there's something more, furthermore. You expand further, you got that state in India or the further community. Oh, I'm from this state. I live like this. This is my kingdom. This is my way. This is how I speak. This is our way to eat. Your way is different to my way. Again, godly things. You want to become God. Extrapolate further, it's like a country. Oh, I'm Indian. Oh, you are non-Indian. You are American. I'm not American. You cannot enter into my house, my country, unless you got visa. So all this is constantly moving around in this material world. This hypocrisy. So Krishna says this material world which you are asking to go to is very difficult. You will not enjoy there. You will enjoy only when you are in touch with me. And then he adds karma to this. There's time factor, which is equal to everybody. There's this body that we have got made up of earth, water, fire, and ether. It has got its own limitations. A temporary body dies, decays, birth, old age, birth, young, old age, disease, death, finished. So this is how he has created a Durga. And that is the reason why he controls this whole material world through the superintendents, the prison officer, who is known as Durga, external energy of Krishna. And Durga meaning what? It's a Sanskrit word. Well, we have got Durga in India.
Fort, Prabhuji. Durga Fort.
That's right. Sindhu Durga. All this Durga. Fort. So this is where this is a prison house, this whole material world. Not only earth, whole of this material world, where birth, death, old age, and disease are constantly there. He says, right from the point of an ant, insignificant ant, Krishna says, to that of Brahma in Brahmaloka. Every place is a place of misery, where all this birth, death, old age, disease comes. But the time factor may be different. Indra also dies. Lord Indra also dies. Lord Brahma also dies. But they live for a long time than us. Our life is 100 years. Similarly, for an ant, the life is 1 day or 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, I don't know how long. And there are those insects, small insects, who live only for 1 night and they die. Now for them, according to those small insects who live for 1 night and they die, our life becomes like huge, millions of years, according to them. Similarly, Brahma's life, which is 311 trillion earthly years, is very big for us. But in the spiritual world, Brahma's life is like finished. Brahma's life is gone. 311 trillion years gone like this. Yes, Priyanka, you want to say something? You raise your hand. You want to say something, Priyanka? Okay, must be a mistake then. All right. So, do we understand this point? So, this material world which has been made is a constant cause of problem and suffering because it's temporary. Here we have got the opportunity to enjoy, but there's complete misery. Even within our own kingdom, so-called our own countries, not all living beings have got the same right. Don't think if you live in New Zealand or India, you will have the same right. If you are born other than human being, you are not even considered as a living being, as a citizen. That's why they chop and kill animals and they say product of India or product of New Zealand. So hypocrisy. This is the point. That's why in the spiritual world, none of it exists because material world doesn't exist. Material things don't exist. Is this point clear? Did I explain this point clearly to you? More of this will be clearer as we go further, as we advance in our discussions. But is this okay? I want to hear from all of you, please, if you have any questions. Anandji, theek tha? All right, you understand this? Mayuresh?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, Parth?
Prabhu, I have a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
Prabhu, like how can, like, if we have, like, if we were in like
Parth, I'll just answer the question. But did you understand what I said? I'll answer.
yeah, Prabhu, yeah.
All right. I'll come back to you on this.
Okay.
What about you, Soumya? Did you understand this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Do you have any questions on this?
No, Prabhuji.
If you had, you have to park the question after Parth, Okay, that's fine. Priyanka, do you understand this, what I explained? Is this all right? Okay, probably she can't speak. All right. Yes, Parth, your question, please.
So, Prabhu, like when we have like a relationship with Krishna in the spiritual world, like, and we are in association of Krishna, how is it possible that, like I was thinking that we have free will, right? Okay, that we can choose to not be with Krishna. But then when we are getting the ultimate pleasure and satisfaction, why will we choose to not be with Krishna? How can we like...
Yes.
Okay, how can we fall down?
That is the question of free will. That is the point of free will. We've got equal amount of free will which Krishna has got. But our free will is minute as compared to his free will is very big because his body is complete. But we are small part and parcel. The size of the soul, as is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita, is 1/10,000 times the tip of the hair. So we've got that free will. So you're right with that. So we did not rebel against Krishna, but we asked to be like him, want to see how it is like. Let me see how it is like, Krishna. So just like Lord Ram, if you remember Lord Ram's pastime as a child, when he was in the hand of his mother, he said, I want to have this moon. He said, you can't have moon. He said, no, I want to have moon. I want to have moon, I want to have moon, I want to have moon, I want to have moon. So okay, then they brought him what was the answer? Some pots of water, and the moon's reflection was on the water, and then he would say, yes, that's it. I've got the moon now in my hand. Yeah. So same way, this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world, and reflection meaning it is temporary. Okay. And how can we go back? Like this. Even in this body, we can be with Krishna. He's in our heart. Because he's so loving to us, when we came to this material world and when we got this body, the moment we got this body, not human body, any material body, even alien body must be in some other planets. Next to the soul, there is super soul. Krishna exists. How revolutionary is it? Tell me. Can you find this in any other philosophy or religion? So tomorrow when you meet somebody from Mars, people will run, hey, Mars. You say, hey, You're a living being like me. Inside you, inside you, you're a spirit soul, you're not this body. And next to you is a super soul who's in my heart too. Far out. Even he will say, hey, hold on. Let me talk to you, man. You guys, you are very clever. Explain to me this philosophy. That's why this philosophy of Krishna consciousness is non-sectarian. Is it okay? The question answered, Parth? Or not yet?
Yes, Prabhuji, it's a kind of answered. It's answered mostly. I understood what you wanted to say, but Prabhuji, if you have any example, like, and from the top of the mind, where some person or somebody is in association with Krishna constantly, and then like they choose to not be in association with Krishna, like they
Yeah,
fall down.
we can do that also. You are doing it. Right now, we are trying to associate with Krishna, correct?
Yeah.
So trying to associate with Krishna is with association with Krishna. But we
Mhm.
choose not to by thinking about something else.
Okay. Mhm.
You understand or not? I'll tell you. When is your next exams? You got an exam now coming up?
No, Prabhuji, my exams is after 6 months.
After 6 months. So supposing you've got an exam tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
all right? And you're studying for exams, right?
Hmm.
Now, when will you choose to study and concentrate on examinations?
Yes.
And if you don't concentrate, you choose not to concentrate?
No, I don't choose not to concentrate.
But you choose to concentrate, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not concentrating, then what happens? Why do you not concentrate then sometimes?
Just the mind goes here and there, like
Is what I'm saying.
naturally.
So you'll bring it back again to your examination, right?
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When we are chanting, our mind wanders because we are not serious about chanting. If we are serious about chanting, as much as we are serious about our examination, then our association with Krishna is more permanent. The moment you don't think
Okay.
about Krishna, you are in the material world. The moment you think about Krishna, you're in the spiritual world. Simple.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yes,
But
Prabhu.
but these are momentary things. You will experience Krishna more as we remain in that platform of remembrance all the time. A pure devotee, like so many pure devotees in India, we've got so many examples out there. Mirabai always thought about Krishna. Is it not so?
Yes.
Give me another example of pure devotee of Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah, always thinking about Krishna. In Maharashtra, you got Tukaram,
Tukaram. Mm-hmm.
Ramdev, Gnaneshwar Maharaj, Santa Sakhu, so many of them. Raidas, then who was there from Vraj Bhumi? Surdas, constantly thinking about Krishna. You see, that's why it's pure devotee. The difference between a pure devotee and us or me is that I don't have constant remembrance of Krishna. That's all, nothing else. Now, how to have constant remembrance of Krishna? That is why you study all these scriptures, you have debates, you understand concepts, you chant, and chanting is your expression of love for Krishna. Simple. Don't complicate things. Is this all right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yes. Soumya, is your question answered? You also had a similar question like Parth?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. All right. So this is what we discussed today. Now I want to finish the discussion now. I want to hear one point which you learned from today's discussion. It can be repeated points, that's fine, but only one point, please, which stood out for you. Anandji, would you like to say?
हमको कृष्णा के रिमेम्बरेंस में हमेशा रहना चाहिए। इस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में रहते हुए तभी हम सुखी रह सकते हैं और उतना ही एंजॉय कर सकते हैं जितना कि कृष्णा के साथ में स्पिरिचुअल वर्ल्ड में कर सकते हैं।
Very good. Very good. Mayuresh, any one point, please?
Yeah, Prabhuji. So now we understand that why we are in material world. So it is up to us to decide how much importance we give to material
Yes,
things.
you choose. That's absolutely right. The choice is with us. Very good. And Krishna, as a super soul in the heart, is always telling us, come to me, come to me, come to me. And he's ready to stay with us in whatever life we go, whichever higher life, lower life. animal life, dog life, worm life, bird life. He's there with us. Well done. Thank you. Parth, name one thing, please.
Prabhuji, I learned that if there is somebody who's following Grihast ashram nicely, then he is not to be considered lower or something lower than a sannyasi. He's
Yes,
as good as a sannyasi.
that's right.
So,
Very
yeah.
good. Very good. And don't be enamored by somebody wearing a saffron dress and holding a danda. Good for him. We give them respect, but that doesn't mean you cannot be that. You choose not to be. It's your choice. So we learned a choice today. Choice. Well done. Yes, Soumya, anything? You have 1 point, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. I learned how we have actually how we are born in this world, and how it is our choice, and it was not a rebellion. But even though we wanted to become Krishna, Krishna was so merciful that he created an entire world for us.
Yes.
We need to understand our true potential, and we should not be indulged in material things and all
Yes.
those things.
Yeah, good. So we didn't want to become Krishna. We want to become like Krishna, enjoy like him.
Yes, we wanted. Yes, Prabhuji.
Good. Priyanka, any 1 point you picked up, although you came a bit later on? Are you with us? Okay, all right. Probably she is busy with her work. Anybody else have to say something, please, before we finish today's discussion? Please feel free. All your big philosophers, devotees, top devotees, pure devotees. And you have to say something.
Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Madhana Puri Prabhu. Nice to see you, Prabhu.
Sorry, I'm hearing whole your important points from the beginning. Since my hands are covered with blouses and do the painting, so I'm unable to answer you.
Yes.
In between, I still, sorry for that. Yeah, that's a good point you made. Actually, this 1 point is like, from the ant, significant ant to Brahma Loka, we are all, there's death will be there. Even though the ant will consider as 100 years to live for this time limit, and all compared to our like millions of years. So same way, if you compare to Brahmaji, it's like a 311 and 40 billion years. So this is 1 point you made. That's because all this material world is, it says miseries. You can't escape.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, I would like to say something before we finish.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Avinash Prabhu. Hari Bol.
The Hare Bol thing. The 1 point which I probably understood more clearly is that our natural situation is that we are part and parcel of Krishna. And whenever we are away from Krishna, like you were giving example from being away from spiritual world, and he has very nicely created this material world. But our natural position is only that we enjoy with him, he enjoys with us. And if we are not together, then neither he enjoys nor he enjoys nor we enjoy. So that means he's not happy that we are here, and we are happy. We are thinking we're happy, but actually we are not happy. We're suffering. That's a good perspective about it.
Well, you can give your realizations. I don't have to repeat what.
No, bro. This is actually I understood this way. No.
Okay, Jai. All right. Anybody else, please, before we finish today's discussion? All right. Thank you. Now, who's going to sing Maharaj? Maharaj, please hear us. Yeah. Whose turn is it today? Is it Navina's turn? Yeah, we can have it your turn. Okay. Come.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing,
Maharaj, we have learned one thing,
and today for you we will sing.
and today for you we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we are not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime,
is the greatest crime,
because wasted time
because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
So best use your time
So best use your time
when you're in your prime,
when you're in your prime,
and your whole life
and your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is gone,
then there's nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
If your health is gone,
If your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
But if your character dies,
If your character dies,
then the whole world will cry.
then whole world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior,
that's humanity thrive.
that's humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We must always remember Krishna
We must always remember Krishna
and never forget him too.
and never forget him too.
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
That is the greatest question.
That is the greatest question,
And here is the greatest clue.
and here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
We must learn to work so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
We must.
Let's learn
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
And whatever's due today,
And what is due today?
do it now, don't delay.
Do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy
If your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but if you think again,
but you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win the end.
and you will win them.
Whatever work we give in,
Whatever work we given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You can learn to live this way, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. If we learn to live this way, we'll see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, we take ourselves above. We sing and dance with him with our hearts full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame is only where his war will never become same.
So chant Krishna's names, his glories and his fame. This is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question.
Now please ask this greatest question
And find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest clue.
You can only remember Krishna
You can only remember Krishna
if Krishna remembers you.
if Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
Jai. His Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai.
Jai.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Ram Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtan Mahayagna ki Jai.
Jai.
Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Gaur Chandra Premanande.
Hari Bol.
Namo Vishwavaya Krishna Sahib, Namo Vishnu Goswami Namine, Namo Vishwavaya Krishna Sahib, Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine,
Hari Bol.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Good night, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
The next week, same
Hare
place,
Krishna
same time.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.